So there is a rumor.
Rumor has it
that Kafka is the guy to make the play calls in 25, assuming he stays. He looks very confused in the picture, by the way, bad too. So this is from Paul Schwartz of the New York Post. He said, there's a strong sentiment inside the Giants building for head coach Brian Daboll to give up the play calling duties. And that sentiment has nothing to do with co-owner John Mara recently mentioning Daboll should at least consider doing that for the 2025 season. Hold on. Pause that. Can we call BS now? Daboll might give up play calling. It has nothing to do with the co-owner John Mayer recently mentioning Daboll. So, we're not supposed to correlate the fact that his boss just said recently he should give up play calling, and then he's like, maybe I should give up play calling.
Yeah.
You don't think those two things have anything to do with each other?
Drew, hear me out. We're co-hosts here, but I'm your boss. You are no longer allowed to talk with your hands as we're podcasting here. And when we talk with our hands.
I'm from Jersey. I can't help myself.
But let's put that out there. You're going to stop talking with hands because maybe you just want to stop talking with your hands.
I'm getting fired.
Yeah. It makes no sense.
No, but it's like telling us we're supposed to correlate a drought with a lack of rain.
Yeah.
That can't be it. The drought can't be caused by a lack of rain. Those correlations can't exist. No, his boss just said it. Of course he's going to have to think about doing it. Anyway, Schwartz goes on to say, there's a feeling that by handing that responsibility back to offensive coordinator Mike Kafka, Daboll would be in a better position to manage the entire team, sitting in on defensive meetings and expanding his focus to make sure small details do not fall through the cracks. You know what my biggest takeaway from that is? Daboll would be in a better position to manage the whole team, sitting in on defensive meetings. Hold on a second.
Yeah.
Are you telling me that Daboll was such a maniac about the offense that he wasn't doing anything with the defense? Because that's how I'm reading that.
Yep, that's a big concern.
You're telling me that he was okay. But a minute ago, we were talking about Joe Shane loves Mike Kafka. Mike Kafka is a great guy and great offensive mind. And I'm not even disputing. That's not the dispute here, whether or not Kafka is, because I think Kafka is actually underutilized by this team right now, point blank. But you're going to sit here and tell me that Mike Kafka was trusted so little by Brian Daboll that he was in all the offensive meetings and didn't sit in on defensive meetings. Because if that's the case, that's a goddamn issue. And again, it's a Daboll issue, not a Kafka issue. But at the same point, you got to sit there and say, that's a bad relationship. If you don't trust him enough to let him run the offensive meetings and be the guy in the room for the offensive meetings as the offensive coordinator, that's an issue. Big time.
Yep.
So,
especially if you're not sitting in a defensive spot, let's be real. If you're a head coach, you're supposed to be in both those. But if you're such a power hungry, offensive guru, you're allowing your defense to be sabotaged by your obsession with your terrible offense. Something to be said.
Not good. Not good at all. So, like I said, we've been vocal on this podcast about the fact that Mike Kafka should get play calling abilities back if he's not, off the squad, which is honestly, I think, probably the best for him. But it's a little late now to make that call. You made that call a couple weeks ago if you're going to make it. Assuming he sticks around and doesn't get the New Orleans job, because I do think that Kellen Moore is the favorite for New Orleans. Assuming that he doesn't get it, he should get play calling back. Point blank. Give him a chance to redeem himself, a redemption story, so to speak. Because it'd be a nice story, actually. Oh, we can play calling back to Kafka. We got a couple new quarterbacks in the room. Maybe got another weapon, because that's the room they're gonna go get another weapon, whatever that means. Jordan Ronan reported that. A significant weapon. And then all of a sudden the offense is good. It's gonna make Kafka look really good.
Yeah.
And like I said, I think Kafka's got the raw end of a lot of deals here in New York. So, I'm hoping the best for him. I really am.
If you like that clip, then you will love the full episodes too.
Find us on your favorite podcast app and look for us on all your favorite social media platforms.
Thanks so much.
Please, I'm begging you. Please